Hey guys, and welcome to my new video. Today, we're talking Steelsong. If you're looking for a new and spicy list, I have the right one for you. We're doing a live deck profile, talking about card choices, numbers, combos, and more. Lean back and have fun. Let's go. Okay, let's quickly go over all the cards in my Steelsong deck. First, I want to cover all the characters, then a song package, and in the end, I want to show you some combination potential I have in the deck. And yeah, let's start with the 1-cost slot. Character-wise, of course, I run 4 copies of Cinderella Ballroom Sensation. She's probably the best one-drop you can play in a Steelsong deck. Sings all the 2-cost and 3-cost songs I run. And you want to see her turn 1. So she's a threat to all the one-drop characters your opponent plays. In a mirror, she's probably crucial to, like, if you're on the play, to take out any one-drop your opponent plays, and you want to see her in combination with a 3-cost song like Strength of Raging Fire or Let's Storm It On. And I would never go under 4 copies of Cinderella Ballroom Sensation. As additional one-drop character, I run 3 copies of Daisy Duck. We all know her, 1 strength, 4 health, quest for 2. And if you need to go more aggro-ish in your matchup, like against the red-blue deck, where you need to go fast, go under the opponent, and be quick with your lore gain, I think a Daisy on turn 1 is still a very strong opening against the slower decks. And yeah, I think you can also run 4 copies. I have 1 flex spot in my character list. I will show you right away. So you can run 4 daisies easily, but I chose to run only 3 copies of her. On the 2-cost slot, I have 4 copies of Troubadour. He's 1 strength, 3 willpower character, quest for 1. He has resist 1 and singer 4. So in turn 3, he can sing Zeus, he can sing Strength of Raging Fire, for example, if you go wide. And with his resist 1, he's very hard to get rid of, and a lot of opponents have problems removing Troubadour from the board, because a lot of characters only have 3 strength, and you need, for example, a fox, or you need to Zeus him in a mirror to get rid of him efficiently. So I really like Troubadour. In the beginning, I wasn't very happy about him because I thought Ursula Vanessa is the better play, but I fell in love with Troubadour and I run 4 copies of him in my Steelsong list. And yeah, what else do I have on a 2-drop slot? Of course, probably the best 2-drop character in Steel, Mr. Smee, 3 strength, 3 willpower, quest for 2, and if you don't have a captain on board, he gets damage at the end of the turn. He is one of the cards which offers you some combination potential in the deck. I will show you at the end of the video. And of course, I think he's a staple in all of the Steel decks out there. As a purple Steel player and aggro Steelsong player last set, I wouldn't go below 4 copies of Mr. Smee, of course. And another character I have on a 2-drop slot is Penny. She's a dual ink character from set 7, inkable, 1 strength, 2 willpower, quest for 2, and when you play her, you can remove up to 2 damage from a chosen character. And this character gains resist +1 until the beginning of your next turn. So she's also one of the puzzle pieces I need for my combinations in the deck. And she's also a threat for 2 lore. So if your opponent doesn't have an answer right away, she easily quests for 2, sometimes even 4 lore, if you can manage to keep her on board. I need her for combination. I will show you what I mean in a second. And for the 3-drop characters, of course, I think the staple card for every Steelsong deck, Ariel. We all know her. She's a singer 5. You can search the top 4 cards from your library and search for a song you need, or maybe a whole new word for a removal song, whatever comes in hand. And if she misses, it's okay. A very experienced Steelsong player told me once, you are then 4 cards closer to the next song you will draw. I mean, if you see it that way, and don't be mad about Ariel missing, it's okay, I think. And I think she is the staple and the reason, or the one of the reasons why Steelsong is such a strong deck. Still in set 7. And yeah. And now comes my spicy choice for my Steelsong list. I run 3 copies of the new legendary Aurora. She's a 3-cost inkable character, 1 strength, 4 health, rest for 2, and she has also Singer 5. And every time you heal 1 or more damage from a character of yours, you can ready Aurora. She can't quest or challenge for the rest of the turn, but she still can sing songs. So you can easily like abuse her ability with Rapunzel or Penny and to quest for 2, then sing a song. You can double sing, you can challenge, heal her up, and then sing a song. So there are a lot of combinations possible with Aurora. I really like her. In my testing so far, she was one of the cards I wanted to see more often, and I could imagine like running 4 copies of her easily. I just need to check what to cut for her. Of course, you could run the 5-cost Singer Gaston. He's a bigger body, he's bigger strength, so he's not that easy to remove with like red removal for Brawl or small Sisu or big Sisu. So this is your choice what card you run, but I really like dropping an Aurora in turn 3, searching for a song in turn 4 with Ariel or healing Aurora, but I will show you some combinations possible at the end of the video. And of course, every Steel deck should run him 4 copies of Pete Referee. I think there are no words needed. He pretends playing actions until the start of your next turn. He's very crucial in the mirror game, and against most of the decks out there, against discard decks, you can prevent discard songs or actions. Against red decks, you can prevent the B-Prep and quest for 1 more turn safely. But you need to watch your timing for Pete Referee. Don't play him too early or don't miss turn. You need to play Pete Referee. It always depends on the matchup you play. But I think since his release in set 5, he's a staple in all of the Steel decks, and I wouldn't run less than 4 copies of him. This is more of one of my flex spots actually. I really love Lawrence. I run 4 copies of him because against red decks, and red decks are on the rise right now, he is very good with his 4 strength. When he's undamaged, he quests for 2, and he's not that easy to remove for red decks. So he can't be brawled, he can't be Medusa, he can't be Sea-Suit. So he sticks against red decks. He's probably one of the key cards. I'm not sure if I need 4 copies. He could be like the one change card for a 4th Aurora. So only 3 Lawrence for Auroras. But right now, I run him 4 times, and he always comes in handy because he also can sing like 3-cost songs, and he's a very good Rapunzel target. You can heal him up, and then he has his strength back again. So I really love Lawrence, and he's a good addition to my Steelsong list. I mentioned it already. I run Rapunzel in my deck. Of course I do, because she's a very good draw engine. 4-cost character, inkable, 1 strength, 5 willpower, quest for 2, and when you play her, you can heal up to 3 damage from one of your characters, and for every damage you heal that way, you can draw a card. You have multiple Rapunzel targets in your deck, like Daisy Duck, Lawrence, the new Aurora, and you can easily like sing damage songs onto your own characters, heal them up, and begin drawing cards with Rapunzel. You also need her for like the combination I mentioned earlier with Aurora to ready Aurora back again. And yeah, I think every Amber deck needs to run Rapunzel for card draw. This one card is my flex spot. I really loved Prince Naveen in set 5 and early set 6 in Steelsong. I think in most of the lists he like vanished or they don't play him anymore. But I run one copy. And in testing, he was clutch sometimes. So like in turn 3, you play an Aurora or Ariel, have another 5-cost singer on board. Turn 4, you play Prince Naveen and sing a whole new world, sing a Zeus from hand or a Strength of a Raging Fire, do 4 damage to the opposing character. He can come in very clutch, but still he's a flex spot. The one copy of Prince Naveen you can switch out for Daisy Duck, so the unencount would stay the same. You can switch him for a fourth copy of Aurora. But I think the one addition of Prince Naveen can turn around games sometimes. If you see him turn 4 with the right song in hand, he can be very clutch and turn the games into your favor. And I really like him. I really like him. I really like Naveen. Then I have 2 copies of Ariel, Sonic Warrior. She is a 6-cost inkable character, 3 strength, 8 willpower. She quests for 2 and she has shift 4. So you can play the small Ariel in turn 3. You can shift her in turn 4. And her ability says, whenever you play a song, you can play 2 more ink to do another 3 damage to a character of your choice. So if you have the Sonic Warrior on board and you have multiple song cards in hand, be aware that you save up some ink for the additional 3 damage, so you can easily get rid of like 2 Yagos in one turn. You can deal damage with the song, you can pay additional ink, deal 3 damage to another Yago, and get rid of him. Yeah, and she's also a good target for Rapunzel heal. She has 8 willpower, very, very hard to remove against other steel decks. And you can easily challenge into another character, heal her up again. And her ability still is usable for you. So if you sing a song with another character, you can still use her ability. So that's really great. I run 2 copies. In some games I tested so far, I wished I had her more often in hand, or like maybe a third copy in the deck, but I like her. I've never actually played her before in any of my Steelsong lists since set 4, but she's really good right now because you can get rid of multiple characters in a turn, and her ability comes in useful against all the purple decks flying around right now. And she's very good. She's very good. I like it, and I like have her twice in my deck, and maybe I add her a third time. But let's see what will happen with my Steelsong list over the next couple of weeks. And as a last character, I run the new Miss Bianca. She's actually a 6-cost inkable character, has a 5/5 body, quest for 1, but if you have an ally character on board, like Mr. Smee, Troubadour is an ally, you can play her for 2 in class and bring her out in turn 4. You have a very, very sturdy 5-cost singer on board then. Big body, she's not that easy to be removed for like red decks or purple decks. She trades good and she's a viable target for Rapunzel heal to draw more cards. I really like Miss Bianca. In the few games I tested so far, I haven't seen her that often, but when I saw her, she sticked on board for like 2 or 3 turns. She wasn't that easy to remove for my opponent, and I really liked her. As I said, as a Rapunzel heal target, you can easily draw 3 cards of her and use her as a strong sing as well. So Miss Bianca, 2 copies, and yeah, let's go to the song package I run in the deck. And this card will probably surprise some of you. It's Bare Necessities. I run one copy of it. It's a 2-cost song, inkable, and when you play it, your opponent has to show his hand, and then you can discard him 1 card, which is not a character card. I really like it in a mirror, so like pick one of the songs you don't want to see in your opponent's hand. You can like take inkable cards from your opponent, and where this card really shines is against locations, against a B prep, for example. So you can really take the cards your opponent would like to play the next turn from his hand and get rid of that. So I run only 1 copy of it because when I see it, it's usually, most of the time, it's ink against some matchups. I really like to see it, but I think 1 copy is enough. Then we of course have the classic Steel damage songs. Let the Storm Rage On, 3-cost, uninkable, deals 2 damage and draws your card. I think you don't want to miss that in any Steelsong deck. And of course, I run 4 copies of Strength of a Raging Fire, which deals damage equal to the characters you have on board. So if you go wide, if you decide to go wide and put multiple characters on board each turn, like Daisy Ducks, Cinderellas, or one of the 2-cost characters, you can easily like deal 4 or 5 damage to one of the opposing characters. And like I said before, Cindy sings these songs in turn 2. Like you can play Let the Storm Rage On, deal damage to 1-drop from your opponent and draw a card. So this song package is still very strong, actually, and there are no replacements so far, but maybe with the next set or the next 2 sets we see some songs or new songs coming in for Steel. And I also run 2 copies of World's Greatest Criminal Mind. Why? Because we live in a shark world and you want to get rid of Maui Half Shark as soon as possible. That's why I have 2 copies. And you can also attack like opposing Tamatoas. What else has a lot of strength, like Big Cinderella, for example. That are like the 3 most common targets for World's Greatest Criminal Mind. You can easily sing it with like Troubadour or your small Cindy. And I really like to have 2 copies of it because in some matchups I like to see it more often, because it's very annoying if your opponent plays a shark, you remove it, in the turn after he plays another shark, and you don't find your Zeus, you don't find your other damage songs. That's where this card shines, and otherwise you can just ink it. Of course, I run 4 copies of And Then Along Came Zeus. I think this is necessary because of Shark, because of the new Tamatoa and Scrooge McDuck. There are so many cards need to be answered by Zeus and are only be answered by Zeus, so you need 4 copies. You want to see it multiple times in a game to have the answers for characters on the other side. For example, an opposing Troubadour, it's very hard to remove with like Strength of a Raging Fire, but with Zeus, you make sure he's gone for good. And yeah, that's why I run 4 copies. I've already seen some lists only running 3 copies of Zeus, but I really like it and I don't mind have 1 more uninkable card in my deck. And last but not least, of course, I run 4 copies of Whole New World. I think this is the best or one of the best draw cards in the entire game. All of the cards are discarded. You draw 7 new cards, your opponent draws 7 new cards. If you time it wisely, you can discard a couple cards from your opponent's hand and disrupt his game plan, disrupt his mulligan strategy. So with this list, you can earliest sing it in turn 4 with one of your 5-cost singers or with Prince Naveen, for example. But you want to see it constantly and against red-purple decks or red-blue decks. And early Whole New World is sometimes the play you need to win the game in the long run. So you can discard him all the cards, he has drawn in so far, or you can disrupt his mulligan. So I want to see a whole new world multiple times in a game. In some matchups, you don't want to play it. For example, in a mirror, you don't want to, on the draw, you don't want to give your opponent 7 new cards, so you can spam the board, sing songs. So also the timing here is very crucial. So you need to think about it a little bit longer when you play a whole new world, but I think you need 4 copies of it in the deck. And now I want to go through a couple of combinations I told you before, and I need 3 cards for that. I need a Rapunzel, I need the new Aurora, and of course I need the new Penny, and maybe let's take Smee as well. So those cards are like with the cards I have for my combination wise in the deck. So like if you play maybe Mr. Smee on turn 2, you can follow up with an Aurora, and when Smee has already damage, you can like play a Rapunzel in turn 4, heal up the Smee, then you can ready Aurora, you can sink twice in one turn, or like challenge into something, draw 3 cards with Aurora, and heal her up with Rapunzel. So there are a lot of lines possible here. You just need to make sure that Aurora sticks on board. And also Penny comes in here. She heals up to 2 damage, gives resist, so you can like heal up your Smee, give him his resist so he doesn't get damage at the end of a turn. You can use Aurora twice for questing, for challenging, for singing. That's very cool actually, and I really like the list so far. I hope you will enjoy my Steelsong list as well, and I hope your dream come true, or you're like, I don't know. I hope you like to copy it, and in my testing so far, I really liked it. And there are some cards I might tweak and change up the numbers, but so far, this list feels really solid actually against most of the decks I played so far. And if you want to copy it, I will put the link to my Dreamborn deck in the video description below. And yeah, let's wrap up the video right here. If you like such live deck profile videos, leave a like on the video, comment below the video and tell me what you like, what you didn't like. And if you're new to the channel, hit subscribe. I'm very happy about every one of you watching my videos. I'm really close to 500 subscribers already. So there are like only 60 or 70 to go. Help me out here, guys. And yeah, let's wrap it up here. Thanks for tuning in. See you next time. Flokki.